Brothers and sisters, Brother John going live here. I I'm on my way out. I'm on my way home. There's so much going on, brothers and sisters. This is the Passover time. This is very important. Anything that happens in the next couple days is going to be maybe spur of the moment. All right, including the rapture, the possibility of the rapture. We're all waiting. We're all looking forward to that day, and that day could be right on the verge of happening. We just don't know. I have to read to you what I just saw in Hal Turner. Just got back in town after delivering some gates up the island. And of course, I had trouble with my truck and a spring broke. And it's like just running into all kinds of little roadblocks, so to speak. And um, hopefully, we're out of here soon. All right. The times are difficult enough without having problems, and of course there's bound to be problems with an older truck, and you know it. So I'm gonna go to a certain place here on the Hal Turner website. Let me read to you what happened just the other night that I read in at the end of the live stream that we did just yesterday evening, on God a Minute's channel. Um, this was in Hal Turner. This is what it was saying. This is what I just want to start with this. The IDF chief, Israel, is ready to attack Iran and does not need U.S. help. And in that little piece, in that little article, it says Israel is ready to attack Iran and can do so without support from the United States. Israeli media quoted the IDF chief of staff Herzi Halevi as saying on Wednesday, so that was just yesterday, we are ready to act against Iran. The Israeli army has the ability to strike both in distant countries and near home. He said that the IDF will enhance its capabilities for a preemptive strike on Iran, and that such a strike would be overwhelming despite the geographical distance. Now, that's the comment that was made yesterday at the end of the day, and I read it on the live stream on Brother Aaron's channel that we did concerning Passover. It was a good, I believe it was a great message, and it thinks outside the box, but let's start thinking inside the box as far as this is concerned. Now, I'm going to read what just appeared earlier. Let me see if I can just bring it home. All right. So, breaking news: Israel to attack Lebanon imminent. Israel is going to retaliate for rockets fired from Lebanon. The Israeli attack is imminent and will be more forceful than typical. The Israeli Foreign Ministry has instructed ambassadors to tell their host nations Israel will retaliate against Lebanon and will use serious force in doing so. Ambassadors around the world are now notifying their host governments of this coming retaliation. Now, this was at 11:11. It's just interesting. 11:11. 1:11. Sorry, but there is 1:11 or 1:11 p.m. Eastern Daytime, which is April 6th, which is today. Now, whether that means, the Eastern Daytimes or EDT, Eastern Daytime Hour, Eastern, or when it means their time, because this was some hours ago for them, because it's now 4:30 almost, and over there is 7 hours ahead. So I can only imagine. So update, 1:29 p.m. EDT. Jordan Foreign Ministry, we are in a dangerous stage, and what is happening on the Lebanese border is a reaction to what we witnessed in Al-Aqsa Mosque. Emergency meeting of Israeli cabinet ministers begin right now. The dilemma Too limited a response will be interpreted as weakness. Too strong a response will lead to a war with Hezbollah. Hezbollah is situated in Lebanon. That is the war machine that is working even as proxies for Iran in Lebanon. Multi-front response expected in Gaza and Lebanon. All Israeli military leave has been canceled. China, interesting how it's China, is deeply concerned over the escalation of the Palestinian-Israeli conflict. Update at 1:46 p.m. Eastern Daytime. Israel has informed members of the UN Security Council and the UNIFIL with information about the rocket attacks or attack from Lebanon and the intention to respond. At least 30 rockets were fired from Lebanon. 5 of them reached Israeli territory. The rest were shot down by the Iron Dome missile defense system, local media reported. UN chief condemns rockets fired from Lebanon into Israel, urges restraint. Now I'm going to read a piece that most people don't get unless they subscribe, but covert intel from inside Israeli cabinet meeting. The discussion inside the Israeli cabinet meeting is deadly serious. All factions of the Knesset are offering their full support to the government for a harsh response. Israel is now preparing for several days of intense, That is the time of Passover. Remember, we're in the Passover, the Feast of Unleavened Bread. But for several days of intense fighting. So this is happening during the time of Passover. This is very important, brothers and sisters. So the IDF is, at this moment, presenting Israeli political leadership with several retaliation options. Updated at 3:15 p.m. Eastern Daytime, northern airspace of Israel closed to civilian traffic. Minister Israel Katz, member of the Political Security Cabinet, in the main edition, the situation calls for a tough response. The state of Lebanon bears the responsibility for what happens in its territory. South Lebanon residents should stay away from Hezbollah military sites, says Israeli ex-intel chief. Hezbollah leader Hassan Nasrallah warns of a strong and swift response should there be any Zionist attack on Lebanese soil. Bulletin. Israel has prepared an unprecedented target list in Lebanon. Unprecedented, brothers and sisters. That means it's a harsh attack. That means it's not going to be too soft of an attack, which is going to cause a war with Hezbollah. And this is where it's headed. And Hezbollah is basically a proxy of Iran. So what that general said the other day that I read about in the article is this is its time. It's just time, brothers and sisters. The IDF's response to today's rocket fire from Lebanese territory will be very powerful. According to the Lebanese newspaper Al Akhbar, UNIFIL troops of the UN peacekeeping forces are reportedly vacating to their positions near the Israeli border. Public bomb shelters in all regions of Western Galilee have been opened. Flash. Concern in Israel. U.S. weapons purchased from the Ukrainian black markets and from Afghanistan may be used against Israel. We know that there was millions and millions of dollars worth of weapons left in Afghanistan. There is a powder keg and there is a match, and the match has already lit the fuse. The fuse is now lit, brothers and sisters. Hezbollah already moving Fatah 110 missile launch missiles into striking position against Israel if it enters into a conflict with Lebanon. More, Haifa is the biggest major Israeli city that is the nearest to Lebanon. It's in Grad MLRS range, which is those missiles. Don't know what that MLRS stands for, but it's those missile launched trucks that come off those trucks with, I think it's all of those, in the multiple carrier. Anyway, whatever it is, this Grad missile range of Hezbollah has thousands of these, has thousands of them. Update at 3:31 p.m. Eastern Daytime. Confirmed the IDF will attack tonight in the Gaza Strip and Lebanon. So they're already in night. This is probably already happening. Of course, there's going to be a radio silence, perhaps, or perhaps there'll be more later on. I suggest you go check out Hal Turner website later on. He does a radio show at 9 o'clock. It's Hal Turner. Check him out on, because I won't be here making a video until tomorrow morning, and if we're still here. But if you want to know what's going on, perhaps he will have inside information or be able to release something of what's going on. So anyway, the IDF will attack tonight, which is already happening because it is tonight, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. It's 11 o'clock already in Israel. It's the day after Passover, okay? So it's approaching the 12 o'clock hour, which after that will be the 16th of Nisan, which could exactly be first fruits, not sure, but first fruits can also be 17th, but just my own thoughts and the way the calendar reads and, all that. But anyway, it says in these final words here, and before an update at 4:08, which is only 30 minutes ago. Whoa, intelligence, this is the way it reads. Whoa, WHOA, capital WHOA, exclamation point. And it's in parentheses, all right? It says, intelligence community note. And then it's got, quote, Netanyahu is no longer in control. The new ultra-conservative government is, unquote, in a parenthesis. Update, 4:08 p.m. Eastern Daytime. Likud Edelstein blames Iran for Lebanon rocket fire. Israel must hit the head of the snake. You get that? Jordan Foreign Minister, Israel is pushing the region towards the abyss. Like we knew this was coming. Gaza Strip militant groups have gone on heightened alert, according to Israeli media. Islamic Jihad is said to evacuate positions. The Islamic Jihad in the Gaza Strip raised the state of alert. In addition to evacuating the headquarters and locations of the factions in the Gaza Strip. Unexpected potential. Bashar Assad is the wild card. Remember, Bashar Assad, we haven't heard much about him lately. He is the president of Syria, and his headquarters, his castle, his place of residence is Damascus. Could we see Isaiah 17:1 and by morning we are not? I don't know, brothers and sisters. Read Isaiah 17:1 and then read it to the last verse, which is 17:14, and it tells you, at evening tide, trouble, and by morning he is not. It's not a capital He, it's not a capital H, but it's he is not. Does that mean the destruction of Damascus? So here's what it says. Unexpected potential. Bashar al-Assad is the wild card here. If he starts firing rockets at the Golan, Israel is in trouble. As no way the Iron Dome can cope with rockets coming in from Gaza, Lebanon, and Syria. Shelters in the cities of Nishar, Haifa, Bir Kuba, Bir al-Shaba are now opened in Israel to Israelis. Sources in Gaza say the terrorist orgs have activated their rocket firing teams ahead of Israeli response. This is yet earlier. They're probably happening now, brothers and sisters, if this is Eastern daytime, all right? Talking about us. We're getting this information now, all right? So it's now 4:40. Israeli media says the Israelis are entering shelters without command orders, which means the people are just heading to the shelters. Update 419. That's interesting. 419. I don't know why. 4 and 19. I don't know why. It's just interesting to me. But anyway, official communication from Hezbollah, and it reads in the translation: if Israel attacks Hezbollah, thousands of rockets will be sent towards Israel. Israel's Netanyahu says, "We will cripple our enemies. They will pay a heavy price amid escalating tensions." Israel authorities ordered to reopening of shelters in Tel Aviv, Haifa, Dimona, Ashkelon, Netanya, and Safed, Safed. It seems that in the next few hours, I guess from now, oh man, brothers and sisters, it's continually coming. The Israeli army will carry out attacks against targets in Gaza and Lebanon. Another flash. Israeli sources say that the response to today's rocket fire from Lebanese territory will be very powerful. The United States gave the green light in every action. This is big, brothers and sisters. Israeli drones are flying over the skies of the Gaza Strip. Israeli Defense Minister, ... Israeli Defense Minister. Lebanon is responsible for the attacks on northern Israel. We are the strongest in this region, and we deal a heavy blow to the enemies. Update 4:28 p.m., which is only 10 minutes ago, right? 10, 15, what is it? 28, 38, 48. Well, about 20 something minutes. Reports of riots in cities. Nazareth, al-Fakh, Fam Sheknin, Jaffa support for Alaska Mosque. Jaffa support for Alaska Mosque. All right. And that seems to be all at the moment. Let me just refresh to see if there's anything new. He seems like he's posting. Let's see. No, I think that's it for now. Let me just go back to the article real quick. I had, the watchman has to warn when you see the sword coming. The sword is definitely coming, brothers and sisters. We are at a point where Israel we know for a while, since Israel hit breakout in March 12th, I believe it was. When was it yep, Iran actually had enough fissile material on the 12th of March. The following Monday, not the 13th, but the next Monday, a week later, was the delivery of Russian Su-35. See, it just escalates and escalates and escalates. And what we're seeing, brothers and sisters, is amazing. We're living at a time where we're waiting for Christ. We shouldn't be overly excited, but yet this is exciting, not the idea of death and destruction. But what's exciting is with all of this, as we're watching Israel, and I'm sure that Amir Sarfati is putting stuff out too. So if you guys have anything from Amir Sarfati, please don't hesitate to send my email. I place it below in the outbox in the box below this video. Even though this is live, I felt to get on and just share with you what I'm reading, and to me, it's amazing. Okay, breaking news: Israel to attack Lebanon is imminent. They already are attacking. They already are attacking. So, as JD Farag always says, they're not going to put this. The brakes are not put on this. Will a peace come out of this? Will this be something that brings about the 7-year peace treaty? Right? I mean, there's a major war if Israel, of course, kicks butt. Hard to say it otherwise. But if they overcome and they, war has to. It seems like always with men, war brings peace, right? There's always something that after war, there's some kind of treaty signed and the sides have to agree and negotiate. Wars are going on so many fronts. The Ukraine, Russia, China is just warning. Just warned America to stop. They laid down the gauntlet, saying that ships that would go into Taiwan Straits now are going to be stopped and boarded and inspected. And the United States is saying no, they're not. So, brothers and sisters, we're just at that time of how much longer can we go? How much? Do you have any idea? How much longer are we going to be? Is this going to continue? We don't know, right? We just don't know. So, I don't know what to say. All I know is hopefully this is going out. It's live, and we'll see. We'll see what happens in the next hours. God bless you all. Brother John, watchman, for that great day. And I guess I should give you the shofar blast because that's what we're waiting for. Take your earbuds out if you got them in. Hallelujah. Well, let me just say this. Jesus, this is the first full day that Jesus has been in the grave. Tomorrow is Friday. That will be the second. And Saturday is the third. So we're looking at first fruits or the raising, the Nisan 17, the raising of Christ Jesus on Saturday. All right. If we should be here a little while because of the 9th, let's just say, because Sunday is Easter Sunday, and I like what Brother Aaron had shared about if we're here on Sunday, it might be the optimal time because millions of believers in Christ, yet Catholic and different groups, Orthodox groups and stuff, and unsaved, mind you, are usually looking to Easter and they're saying it's Resurrection Sunday. But Saturday is actually the physical time, either between Friday night or Saturday evening, okay, before the sun goes down. That is the time of the resurrection. So in comparatively to ancient times and what we're looking at, and allowing maybe for, even if it's a day or so off. So we're looking at between Friday and Sunday for a very, very possible rapture. If you keep your eyes on Israel, that is the most important thing. So keep looking up, brothers and sisters. I got to go. I got to get home. This is amazing, amazing stuff. God bless you all. Hope to see you in the sky.